On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Now a run with Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Ready, 45, white. Drill green. Set hut.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll buy some time right, and he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10.
Blue 32. Hut, hut.
Now back to throw. Flushed out right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. 2nd and 11. And complete right side to Cook. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to have a third down.
Let's go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 79 Bronco. Go. Hut, hut.
They'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Complete to Mooney on the slant. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Set hut. Red 38. Needle blue. Ready. Go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Yellow 22.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Ready.
They'll look to throw again. They'll roll him out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
On the ready. Green Jacks. Switch. Yellow. Set. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
On the ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Check. 70 Ranger. Get up.
Looking to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
70, Hawk 70. Ready, go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And they want to get him involved here as well.
Ready.
Back to throw again. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and he's going to get
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears on one play have taken the lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
Got it. Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
2nd and 5. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready, go.
They'll look to throw here. He completes it to Beckham. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that? And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
43. Ready, go.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. He finds his target. It's Schultz. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Set. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
He'll look to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
2nd and 15. Setting up the screen for Cook. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
This one swung out to Montgomery. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Check smash. On the ball. Hut, go.
They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Oh, he fakes the spike. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 28. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish, but you know who's really upset on their team?
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. This time, the extra point up and good, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 9 now. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
19 Tiger. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. Get up.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Hurry, hurry. Hurry, hurry. Ready, go.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
Let's go now.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Ready, ready.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Set, go.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Set, go.
On second down, Montgomery. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Ready, ready.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's got room. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And this one goes nowhere, losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Ready, go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's complete right side to Komet. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Set, hut.
They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. Touchdown, Bears! Khalil Herbert. His first touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Let's go.
The Vikings on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is third and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Seven Pirates, seven Pirates. Get up.
They'll look to throw again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears will take over here just shy of the 30. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, It's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Hut, hut.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
Hut, go.
On second down, it's Montgomery. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 130 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me,